What's up guys, this is Chris from VFXon, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a bubble text which looks like this. So as you can see, it kind of looks like candy, like just very sweet like candy, and honestly I want to eat this text. It looks so good. So first things first, we need to open Illustrator. Okay, now we want to make an ellipse tool. So here you have ellipse. You can press L as a shortcut, and let's just draw ellipse. Oh, first make sure that there is just a solid color, no stroke, and yeah. So draw an ellipse. Let's say like that. Okay, I'm gonna move it here, and now select the ellipse, and here in gradient panel, if you have it. I think it's somewhere here, gradient. Yeah, gradient panel, open that up and double click here. So now it turns from solid black color into gradient grayscale. Okay, now I'm gonna double click this gradient slider here to change the color. And from this little drop down, I'm gonna select H, S, and B. And let's turn that up. And let's see, I'm gonna go with this color. And from the other slider, same thing. Let's see what color. I'm gonna go with something like this. I think those are the colors that I used in the original one. And you can also change here the angle, you see, of the color, but I'm gonna leave it at 0. So it's totally up to you what kind of colors you want to use. So yeah, once you figure that out, select the ellipse. Press Alt on the keyboard and just drag it to the side like so. Okay, and make sure it's in perfect line. You don't want it to be like this. Just for a safety measure, also hold Shift so it's in perfect straight line like that. Okay, release it. Okay, now select both of those ellipses or circles or whatever, and go to Object, Blend, and first open Blend Options, and most likely you will have here in spacing, set it to smooth color. You want it set to specific steps, and orientation, either way, aligned page or aligned path. I'm going to choose aligned path. And steps, I think default was 8, so I'm going to just quickly show you what happens with the steps. So 8, click OK, go to blend and make. And you can see it created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps in between these two circles. So Control Z, go back, Object, Blend, Object, Blend Options, and we want as much as possible. So I'm gonna go for 2000. No, actually for 1000 would be okay. So I'm gonna click OK. Object, Blend, or Alt Control B. And this is what we get, one smooth line. It's perfect. So next what we need is to draw our letters. We're not going to draw the full word, for example, VFX on. We're going to draw a separate letter. So I'm just going to close this one off and turn on this layer. And as you can see here, I have VFX on wrote out. And the thing is, for example, for these parts, an F, these are separate paths, as you can see. So for each of those, we need a separate line that I have here of these. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these ellipse lines. Okay, so then I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna draw out these paths again. You can do that on your own. What I did, I used a pencil tool. Come on. So pencil, and I double click it and set it to smooth like that. Okay, and for example, I'm gonna draw with my mouse, so don't judge me. So I'm gonna try, I don't know, let's try whatever, let's try that O. As you can see, it looks terrible, but it's gonna smooth it out, and now it doesn't look that, oh, it's set to white, so it doesn't look that bad. And no, we need this, yeah. So it doesn't look that bad, but obviously have the graphics tablet, it looks a lot better. So I'm just gonna delete that. Once you've drawn out your letters and whatnot, select this path, hold shift and select this. So it makes two selections. Now go to Object, Blend, Replace Spine. And as you can see, it now created it in this nice looking 3D bubble, whatever text letter. And do that for all of them. So for example, for this path, I also have to do it. So do it for all of the letters in separate paths. So for example, here on F, like I said, select this one, hold shift, select the next one, Object, Blend, Replace Spine. And here's a thing to note. As you saw, I picked this spine path first. So now I'm gonna go with this. Okay, and you'll see just in a minute what I mean. So replace spine, and as you can see, this path is now above this one. So you have to make them in sort of order you want them to be. So it would make, in my opinion, much more sense if this was behind, then this one on top, and this one also on top, or maybe behind. Okay, like that, as you see. So you have to sort of figure out which path should go on top and which should go on bottom. So just the process for all of this is the same. So okay, so I'm gonna close this layer and open this one up, because here I have already all of the letters done. And all we need to do is get this inside After Effects. Okay, so we can save this. I'm not going to do that because I've already saved it. And simply close the Illustrator and move to After Effects. Now we're in After Effects, and I'm going to right click here, Import File. And I'm going to import the Illustrator file. And here it gives me an option, import kind as composition or as a footage. We want composition, so click OK. Okay, and now we can open this up. Okay, so you can see here, I'm going to delete this because I don't need it. You can see, I also don't need this. So you can see I have my letters right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press separate each of these into an individual letter. So this is going to be V, and I'm going to duplicate. This is going to be F, and I'm going to duplicate. This is going to be X, and so on, so on. So I'll be back when I'm done. And I'm also now I'm going to create a new comp, and I'm just going to name it main, whatever length you want, preset. This works, so I'm going to click OK. And so now I'm going to take this, and I'm gonna right click, pre-compose, name it V, and so on for all of the letters. Okay, now we have each of the letters, and I'm gonna go select all of them, Control X to cut them out and paste them inside here. So we don't need this layer anymore. We're gonna work only with this. So now I'm gonna hide these and work with the first one. Okay, so what I want, so this effect is pretty easy. We're gonna only work with pen tool and with masks. So I'm gonna select this. We're gonna go inside the V composition. Okay, and here is the thing. This text is gonna be divided in 4 parts. So we're gonna need a mask that goes around till here, all around, no, 3 parts. So first part is going to be this part right here, second part from here to here, and then the third part is here. So I'm going to already duplicate it 3 times like so, turn these ones off, and work with the bottom one. And it's very simple effect. All you do is take the pen tool, draw a mask, okay, like so. As you can see, it now disappeared, so it's perfect. And then you simply go into the mask options, mask path, set a keyframe, and then about like 1, 2, 3 frames forward, and you just adjust the path. So it starts to show something. And I usually like to keep only 2 of these mask points, so it's easier for me to adjust. And again, 1, 2, 3, move forward. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so this is how far I've got, and now it's a bit tricky part because here we have this other part of the text and we only want currently this line to be seen. So we have to mask this very, very carefully now. So it's kind of like very, I don't know if gentle is the correct word to use, but that's how it kind of feels doing this. So yeah, you have to be very gentle with the mask and make sure it's in specific places, placed correctly, so you don't see the other part of the text or the letter. So 1, 2, 3 frames forward, and then just mask it out. See, so yeah, just mask all of that out. And I want to leave this mask somewhere around here. So yeah. So something like this. Right now I think it looks good. So 1, 2, 3. And then this is gonna be turning around. So like so. Like that. So yeah, like I said, it's very easy to do this effect, and you don't need, like, I know there is an option to do this with a plugin. So 1, 2, 3, a plugin in After Effects, but it doesn't really give that rounded edge at the end. So yeah, that's one thing why I did it this way, because if that plugin had an option to have those rounded edges, then that would be perfect, but it doesn't. And it's called Stroke. I think it's called Stroke. Let me check. 3D Stroke by Trapcode. So yeah, if you're interested. But it doesn't have those rounded edges, and that's why I'm not using it. But all in all, it's a very great plugin, and you can create a lot of cool things with it. So yeah, I'm just gonna be quick here. So till here. And as you can see, for example, right now I need another point here, so I'm just gonna press G on a keyboard, add a point here, move it up here like so. 1, 2, 3. Move this so it matches like that. Another point. And another point here. Like that, so it fills. Alright, so let's see how, well, a bit here needs an adjustment, but for now, let's see how it looks. Okay, so the speed I think is alright, but here are some issues around here. As you can see, it sort of like wiggles, and I don't know why, so we're gonna fix that. Okay. So yeah, it requires a lot of these kind of fixing and whatnot. So let's see, is there any other errors? Seems not. Seems that it's okay. Maybe, yeah, it wiggles a bit right here, but well, for this sake of tutorial, I'm gonna say it's all right. Okay, now we can move to this part. I'm gonna turn this one off and work with this. And again, pen tool, zoom in, and we can make our mask. And as you can see, I'm drawing on the other layer, this one, but that's okay. So let's see, this started 1, 2. Let's go 2 frames forward now and work with this. And again, very simple, just draw, move the mask around with the path. Oh, sorry, wait. Yeah, I didn't set the keyframe for the mask. That's important. So 1, 2, 3, and just move the path like so. And so yeah, I think you got the idea. It's very simple to do effect, so it doesn't really require a lot of skill to do something like this. So it's very easy, and I think in the end it looks pretty good. So considering how much effort you're putting into this, the end result is pretty good. So I think that you guys understood the basic idea, and I'm gonna be back when I'm gonna start editing the background and the particles and all that stuff. So okay, so I'm done with the text, and I'm gonna quickly show you how it looks. Okay, so I've adjusted my text, I made all the animations, and this is how it looks all together. So it looks okay, I think. It looks pretty smooth and everything. As you can see here, I added a little bit of mask feather, so it's not just simply a straight cut line, just a bit of feather. Okay, now what I don't like right now is the fact that all of the path animation starts or mask animation starts at the exact same time, so we need to adjust that. So let's see, so this ends here, so the F animation for F should start just as the previous end, so here. Okay, and so on for all of the rest of the text. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so this is how it looks right now with adjusted starting time, and I think it looks good. Okay, now let's make a new solid, and we're gonna use it for particles. Set background to black. Okay. And search for particles. Trap code particular. You can use whatever you want again, but this is how I made it and how I like it to look. So go to this into Designer, and we're gonna change emitter type from point to box. Particles per second to 200, and XYZ size to XYZ individual. So we have individual sizes. So I'm going to set this to, let's set it to 2500, this to around 2000, not 200 but 2000, and Z we're going to set that to 6800. So there's a bit of variation going on. Okay, motion, we're going to leave it as it is. Particle type, we're going to change that to sprite colorized. Okay, and let's search for that ball. We're going to select sphere 1, click OK. You can choose other things. And we're also going to adjust the life random to 25%. Okay, now let's move to size. We're going to set size to 10 and size random to 75. Okay, opacity, those are okay settings. If you want, again, you can change these however you like. Color, we're going to set that to random from gradient, I think. So for the color, I'm gonna go and change it to this, and for this one, let's go with something like this. Okay, now let's go to physics, and we're gonna set wind X to 34. Wind Y to -50, and wind Z to -140. And turbulence field, we're going to set effect size to 50. Actually, you know what? Let's go with 80. Okay, and now apply. And I know it doesn't look like in the video. Okay, to fix that, we're going to search for an effect called CC Toner. We're going to drop that here, and tones from tritone to pentone. As you can see, it's already adjusting the color of our particles, and that's perfect. So you can change the colors however you like. I'm gonna switch them to the originals that I had. So for the highlights, I'm using this. For brights, I'm using this. For midtones, I'm using this. For dark tones, this. And for shadows, this. So now it looks exactly, the particles look exactly the same, and I'm gonna move this underneath here so that they're behind our text. Okay, and now also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the CC toner effect, copy it, and paste it inside all of these. No, actually paste it in the first letter V here, and we're gonna adjust. As you can see, it now created it in a pink color, and that looks pretty nice. I like it. So, but I'm gonna adjust it to the exact color that I had in the original one. And the highlights, I'm gonna use white. Brights, also to white. Midtones, I'm gonna use this. Dark tones, this. And for shadows, I'm gonna use this. And now I'm gonna copy this effect and paste it in onto the other letters, like so. And now let's see how it looks. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Okay, and now I'm gonna duplicate this. So Control D, select the bottom one and set it to screen. And what it basically did, as you can see, it sort of gives a bit more smooth edges, I think, as you see here. See, and a bit more color, so I like that. So I'm gonna do that for rest of these. Again, screen, X, duplicate, bottom one, screen, O, duplicate, bottom one, set it to screen, N, and duplicate, bottom one, set it to screen. But again, you don't have to copy and paste exactly what I'm doing. Do your own thing, whatever you like. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to toggle switch modes, select all of these, make sure that they have motion blur and they are 3D layers. And now I'm gonna go to layer, new, camera, click OK, and I'm gonna go to position, set a keyframe right here, go back to the start, let's say here, and we're gonna work with camera, and I'm gonna select track Z camera, and I'm gonna just move it back in space. I'm gonna take this and move it to the start. So now, as you can see, all the particles and the text is flying from behind in. So I'm gonna select this and make it easy ease. And now we're gonna make a new solid, whatever color, and this is gonna be our background. So I'm gonna move it at the bottom, and I want a gradient. I think it was I think it was 4 color gradient, I'm not sure. Yeah, 4 color gradient is what I want. For the color 1, I'm going to be using this. Color 2 will be this. Color 3 will be this. And color 4 will be this. And I'm going to go to the start of our composition, and for all of these points, I'm going to set a keyframe. Like that. Now I'm gonna take the point 1 and move it somewhere here, then 2 to here, and 3 to here, and 4 up here. What is this? 2 has to be here. Okay, and now I'm gonna go to well, let's say here till the animation ends, and I'm gonna change the position of these points. Now I'm gonna take 1 and place it side here, then I'm gonna take the point 2, move it to, let's say, here, then 3 at the bottom here, and 4 here. Okay, and now I'm gonna Control D the effect, and I'm gonna set it to multiply, like that. This looks also nice, but it's a bit too bright, and I think that this looks a lot better. Actually, that is it for this tutorial, so let's see how it all looks together. Okay, so this is how it looks all together. I think it looks pretty good. I really like it. It looks like a bubble gum. It's just so nice looking. I really like this. So yeah, so this is pretty much it for the tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you subscribe, tell your friends, share this video, and if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video, and once again, please like, subscribe, share, and comment if you have anything to comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.